Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Marky Max Taro in Peaceful Paradise. Hey, LZ, how you doing? Getting ready for your trip on Tuesday? Oh, nice. Hope you have a great time. You deserve it. My sister and my nephews are on a trip right now. They left yesterday, so I'm home alone, chilling with my dog and just enjoying my peace and quiet finally. It's been nice. The weather's been good today too. It's nice to be chilling and not have nobody to bother me. I feel like I have a staycation. Staycation time. What was I gonna do? This be priority. I don't know who that is. I have no idea. All right. Thanks for the super chat. He said, heard some rumors. A retired co-worker that say they're planning to remove you. All right, let's check. All right. But doesn't that have to be like a vote? You can't just like take somebody out of their position, right? Like, don't they have to have a vote from like the teachers and stuff? Hmm. Hey, Lucky. How you doing? The shit talkers run into the principal. Well, I'm getting that there is there's two men here who are not happy with you being the coordinator, but I still feel like you're going to be the coordinator for the rest of this year if that's the case, and you're not going to get removed because apparently you're good at it, and apparently that you commit to the task and you put in enough personal and effort, and you are good at what you do. So I don't see why you would get taken off that, even if these people are not happy. But I get two men reversed here, King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and they are trying to probably get you taken off. But um, in between them, there's someone who's like, no, no, I'm not gonna put that, I'm not gonna make that happen. But you guys are just trying to make things difficult. So I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. King of Cups and Knight of Cups, both reversed. And I got the work card at the very end. So both Scorpios. So you said Scorpio 2 might have something to do with it. So maybe it could be both of them not wanting you there, you know? But either way, it doesn't matter what they say. I would say the principal feels mentally like annoyed and drained from all this bullshit that they have to deal with. But she thinks that these people are lying to her about you. That's what she thinks. Yeah. I got all men here in the cards. There's no woman. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I said she, but I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, I just assumed. So, what I would say here, LZ, to answer your question, is I don't see that happening. They might try to be they might be talking shit about you, but the principal knows that they're lying, and they're just like telling they're just fake friends, and they know that already. So if the principal knows that you and these people don't get along and it's been said already, then there's this person, the male, is not taking sides, you know? Yeah, Scorpio men are like that. They wanna be in the limelight. They want to be the best of everything. But when they meet an Aquarius, they realize that they can't. But anyway, I just wanted to poke at that. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, but yeah, I would say that the principal is going to maintain peace, you know, and the principal has no intention of getting rid of you. But like you said, this is just rumors and speculation, right? Because some I can come to you right now and say, "Oh yeah, I heard that so and so said this," you know. But you don't know if it's true, and if it is, it'll come to light anyway. But the principal feels like they're not getting involved in that drama. So yeah, I don't see it happening, to be honest. If anything, you're good at being the coordinator for this thing. So obviously want to get you out of there, but it ain't gonna happen. Not at least not right now. At least not this year, because I don't see it happening. I see the principal being happy with you and your work and what you've done, you know. And I just think that these two, this Knight of Cups and this King of Cups, even if it's not both Scorpios, it could be a younger guy and an older guy, because the King is older, the Knight is younger. So it could be that too. It doesn't have to be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but either way, it doesn't show me that you're going to lose that position. Uh, yeah. Well, that's how I read it. One's older, one's younger, but it could be both just like talking shit, or like both just being weird, or they could be reversed, because when they were asked, they were like, "Oh no, no, I don't want nothing to do with that. She can be the coordinator. I don't care." So that could be it too. But I don't see you losing that position. And the thing is I would feel like if you got that position, you have to ask yourself, how did you get it? Was it by vote? Was it volunteered? Was it assigned to you? Was it offered to you? So in order to take you out of that position, you'd have to do something drastic in order to lose it, right? But that's nothing to do with you. They don't get along. People don't get along in their workplaces every day. I didn't like everybody I work with either. I got rid of clients that paid me good money because I didn't want to deal with them no more. Fuck them. I had a client for like maybe 10 years in a row, and they're nothing but a pain in my ass, and I just don't do any work for them no more. I refuse to do it because I just don't want to deal with them. So they got somebody else, which I'm grateful for. Leave me alone. So even if you go on your own, you still got to deal with people you don't like. It doesn't mean you can't do what you got to do. So fuck them. I was Scorpio too there. Yeah. Well, the thing is I feel like in order to get you out of there, you'd have to do something drastic, or you'd have to step down from it or whatever. So exactly. Hey, love and life, how you doing? Happy Sunday, fun day. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying my free time. Yes. While the mice are away, the cat will play, or vice versa. But yeah, they're having a good time. I spoke to him today. I video chatted this morning, lunchtime, with him at my mom and dad's. Got him to talk to my mom and dad. My sister said it's very hot out there, and they're having fun. They're gonna go shopping in a little while. They got a nice rented house. They rented a car. They're having fun. They deserve it. They've been through a lot of bullshit, and they deserve it because they're good kids. They got honors in school. They got scholarship. They got scholarships. He graduated. So they're good. They're good. They're good kids when it comes to work in school, but at home they're a pain in my fucking ass. But I love them to death, though. You know. Yeah. I did have lunch with my parents. What are you? You didn't hear me? Your ears are for decoration. I said I went to my parents' house for lunchtime, and we spoke to each other on video chat. Listen to me, woman. Where did they go? They went to Florida. They went to Orlando. What was lunch? Food. It was roasted turkey, potatoes, mac and cheese, vegetables, and potatoes. Me, my mom, and dad, and then my sister video chat. I know, because you should be in your damn bed. It's 4 o'clock in the morning where you are. You should be sleeping, not worry about irritating me. She be like this, looking at her phone. Oh, wait a minute. Mark went to lunch. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. What'd he say? I didn't make the turkey. My mom did. My mom made the turkey. I went to her house to eat. See, you don't pay attention. Now it looks like it's going to rain. It got all dark all of a sudden. My dog's outside too. Give me a sec. I don't want it to rain and then she gets wet outside because she's stupid. She goes in the rain like she's dumb. Kind of see a piece of rain here, but give me a second. Let me go get my dog. Give me like 1 minute. Yeah. You lay down. Don't be coming in here huffing and puffing. You act like it's 100 degrees. Calm down. There ain't no water in there, Dodo. You just came from outside. That's why I should have left your ass out there. Calm down. I knew I should have left you outside. Fucking nuisance. All right, thanks for the super chat. Okay, love and life. Now the sun's back out. You gotta be kidding me. I knew I should have left our ass outside. The Leo got engaged. Oh, look, good Lord. Yeah, fuck that. She must have some really good coochie, or he never got any coochie in his life, or she must have been down on him and gave him the best head of his life. That's the only way he's gonna be. There's people. Leos get too attached to women like that anyway. Fire signs get attached to people quick. I'm in love. You're in love with the stripper. You're in love with the hoe. That's why you're engaged. All right. Let's get some more general messages from Spirit for next week. All right. Slay Queen. Oh boy. I tell you. All right. Unfortunately, the general messages are not good. But Spirit's saying here that things might not be perfect in the next few weeks. You might be very disappointed with people, situations. You might be very disappointed that you might be going through a lot of mental anxieties, overthinking, feeling like, I hope this isn't as bad as I think, but I'll just basically say it like, it's just something bad might happen where it'll make you like either cry or you're going to be mentally like drained thinking about it. So let's not hope it's nothing too bad. Also, what I'm getting here is like you might be prepared to go on this trip, but when you come back, you might have to deal with a lot of bullshit. You might not be prepared for what's to happen in the next few weeks, but you also might want to just stay away from everybody and everything, and you might want to just like feel like everybody is immature, or people failed you, or people don't, or certain people like are like you don't want to be around them anymore because of the way they are, the way they what they've done or what they've said or how they're acting, or people just don't care. So it could be a lot of bullshit coming up for you in the next few weeks where you're gonna have to mentally be drained by certain people. Could be a woman I get here. So yeah, not good. I hope not. Yeah, he could be doing it to get back at his ex. It's not the legal stuff, no. So I would say it's not the legal stuff. Let me see if it's family stuff. Hey, Juicy, how you doing? Yeah, it's family stuff. I'm getting family stuff. Thanks, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. Sending it right back to you. And I hope everything is good in your world. But LZ, I would say it's more of a family thing that you're gonna be upset about. It's not the legal stuff, it's family stuff. So you might be like mentally drained dealing with family shit. Family disappointing you, family just getting annoying you, like feeling disappointed that you have to deal with family things. So in the next few weeks, that could be the disappointment with family and people like that. All is well, good. I'm glad to hear that. No problem. Thank you too. So yeah, LZ, it's not, it's work, it's family stuff. That's what it could be. Let me see something real quick. I'm getting really tired of seeing all these dumb memes and shit. Okay, no, good. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, that's what I believe it is because I asked if it was anything else and it said no. So So yeah, that's what I got. So hopefully it's nothing bad. Let's pray it's not. But it's something that can happen in the next few weeks, as you asked. Let's just hope it's not while you're away, because it is the retrograde right now, and the retrograde is fucking annoying. A lot of dumb shits happen during the retrograde. It's actually very annoying. A lot of delays, a lot of aggravation, a lot of dumb things. But it's all good. It's life. Best thing to do is always remember that it's not. It could always be worse. Could always be worse. But let's hope it's not. I don't know if you guys are seeing ads on here, but like sometimes I gotta put the ads on. I don't have to, but I put them on because they always like recommend it and all this bullshit. So I put it on conservative on low mode so it doesn't aggravate anybody. That's one good thing about it. If they want me to do it, then I'll just put it on conservative, which is not what they want me to do, but I'm still gonna put it on conservative. Yeah, I think the trip will go well, you know? Yeah. I feel like it will because you're asking me for the next few weeks. So the next few weeks could be, some disappointing things in family or people acting crazy and shit. If there's like a woman in your family that's like an idiot, then I would say, yeah, this woman might aggravate you. So it could be like an auntie, a cousin, or something like that. Because I got a younger woman, so that you can be like arguing with or have like some type of argument with, or they can be acting up. They can be doing something in the family, and you'd be like disappointed, saying, "What the fuck's wrong with this person?" So yeah. Since it's your birthday tomorrow, you should go celebrate with your friends and leave me alone. That'll be good, you know. And go eat a cake. I already asked him to pray for you. What the fuck you think I am? He's actually going away. He's going back to he's going back home to the Philippines for 6 weeks. My mom told me today that he's going back to the Philippines for 6 weeks to for vacation. I don't care if it's your damn birthday. You think that damn man cares about your birthday? He's going back home. Apparently he's leaving tonight on the England flight. That's what he told my parents. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know him like that. My parents probably don't know, but he's probably told those people, but I wouldn't know because my parents ain't paying attention. But my parents told me that he's yes, I just told you he's going on vacation. When are you gonna listen, woman? LZ, you welcome, no problem. And I hope everything goes well and I wish you a good trip. Try not to worry. As you know, there's always some bullshit to it. Even if this disappointment isn't directed to you, it could be you disappointed in somebody in your family. But I think it's like a younger woman. What? What the fuck you talking about, woman? What? What are you talking about now? You totally lost me on everything. Yes, but I don't know where he's going. I have no idea. I just told you he told my parents he's going back to the Philippines for 6 weeks for vacation. That's all I know. I don't know where he's from. I don't know what place he's going. I have no idea. I don't know. That's all I know is that. I have no idea. My sister, She's away right now, but she goes to church and she knows like a lot more things. And what I'll do is I'll get the paper from the church and see if it says anything. But I mean, that's all private type of shit. You know, you don't want nobody to know that shit. But I don't know. I have to check. But I'll leave the man alone. He's on vacation. You're trying to meet up with Soul Tribe while I'm away, so that might fall through, and I'd be disappointed in that. So, is there like a bunch of like women that you're meeting up with? Hmm. Yeah. Well, I pulled some cards on that, and it says that it might be difficult for these people to. I feel like you'll see them, but it could be very brief though. Like I'm getting a kind of like a yeah, they'll meet up, but it won't be for too long. Or one of them are going through some type of breakup or something. But I got an initial yes, you'll meet up with some of the Soul Tribe people or these people that you're gonna link up with, but it might be very brief, like a quick meet and greet, and meet and chill out, and that's it. Nothing like more than that. But I do get it. Yes, it's a possibility. Yeah. Remember, it's the retrograde, so it's gonna be like a lot of bullshit. You know. Yeah, I feel like you will, and it could be brief, just like a couple hours or whatever. Yeah, I'm not getting nothing bad on that part, but you might have to listen to their drama. One of them might be going through a breakup or something. My mom told me today that one of my good friends is getting a divorce, and I said I'm not. I was actually shocked to hear it, but it seems like that's all I hear. I can't believe this shit. People get married and then they have kids and they're together for like 10, 15, 20 years and then they decide to get a divorce. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is like the 20th person I've heard this year getting a divorce that I know. And I'm like, I ain't getting married. Fuck this shit. I'm not getting married just to have a divorce. Fuck that. You ain't marrying me and taking my shit. No, you won't. If you love me, you won't marry me. You'll understand. I'm telling you, it's fucking crazy, Elsie. I can't believe it. I would love that. You know what, LZ? I had a big trip planned in 2020. In the beginning of 2020, I was going to go. And then guess what happened in 2020? In the beginning of 2020? COVID. I had a psychic fair that I was going to do in Bermuda. I had the venue, the finances, I had the people. I had a couple of psychics lined up. I had Airbnbs lined up. I was going to bring everybody to Bermuda in 2020 in the beginning of the year. I had planned to do it for like April, May. And I went away in January to talk to one of the psychics, and she was on board. And then when I came back, COVID hit, and all those plans went out the window. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I guess it wasn't meant for me to do. So I never did it again. But that's what I was going to do, though. I was going to bring everybody here. I had it all lined up. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I might do it again. I might try to do it again. Oh, that was a problem with a lot of people on here. They didn't have a passport. See, so then they're like, "Oh, you gotta come to us, and we'll do like a neutral place." I'm like, "Well, I want to do one here. Everybody's always talking about you want to come here. Well, I'm giving you the opportunity because I was willing to pay for the accommodation and put like 4 people in a house together, and everybody would have their separate rooms, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we're okay with that." And I even had people lined up to drive everybody, taxi drivers, everything. I had it all lined up, but it all went to shit because of COVID. Maybe there'll be another divorce in the years to come. Maybe I don't wish that on anybody, but yeah. Sometimes the people you think gonna get a divorce don't, and then the ones that you don't think get one. When I heard my mom tell me that my friend was getting a divorce and he was separated from his wife already for like a month now, I'm like, what the fuck? No way. I was like, that there's no way he would have got it. Like, he's the coolest guy I know. And then the reason for it was like, what the hell? I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So his wife is leaving him for another woman. She says she don't want no D no more. She wants a woman. When I heard that, I said, come again? How the fuck you go from that to that? I'm like, okay, I've heard it all now. Now I'm definitely not getting married. He was one of the nicest guys. He is one of the nicest guys I know. And this woman's leaving him for another woman. And you got kids already. And your kids must be looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with my mom? Hey, Fiona, how was your birthday celebrations? And being that it was your birthday yesterday, if yeah, she already asked 2 questions. Being that it was your birthday yesterday, if you want, I'll give you a free question, or you can get like a message of some sort. I'll give you something for your birthday as a gift. But yeah, that's what happened. So I can't believe my friend separated and about to get a divorce because his wife wants to be with another woman. All right then. Anyway, I feel bad for him. When I see him, I'll tell him, well, bro, this is why I'm not married. Because if that shit happened to me, hmm, I probably never want to look at a woman again. You can always rewind and watch. It's getting dark now. It looks like it's definitely gonna rain. Fuck, man, I wanted to go in the pool. Damn it. Maybe it'll just go. Maybe it'll just wash by. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it goes away. We don't need no more rain. The rain can go away now. Yeah, just rewind. You'll see. There's always some bullshit. Let me see something here. Yeah, there is rain. I can see it on the radar. but it doesn't look like it's gonna. Well, there's a piece that looks like it's gonna hit us. Might get a shower or two. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it is gonna rain. I can see it on the radar. Yeah, 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock. 5:55. Of course, I had to look up at that. Da, 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 Lucky's birthday is tomorrow. Pain in the ass. Another pain in the ass birthday. Now, one of you guys, the one of you always pain in the ass, the damn Cancerians, damn crabs. Go back in your hole. Damn Krabby Patties. Damn crabs. My brother's a crab. I mean, a Cancer. He's June 26th. The biggest complainer on earth. He was born during something, that's for sure. Everybody's born some type of way. All these people say they're born certain ways. I believe them. I believe people are born stupid too. Because if you're born with no knowledge of anything and you get to learn things and then you do the things you don't learn properly, then that's when you become stupid. That's my opinion. Because that's what people do. They do stupid shit after knowing what they've learned. It's what they're not doing. And get themselves in trouble. Well, what's the weather supposed to be like for tomorrow? I mean, well, for your birthday, I mean. Well, tomorrow for you, yeah. Not for me. It's raining? Oh, well. That sucks. Well, at least you can celebrate with your mom or your family, you know? Friends. Bring them over, tell them come over to the house. And you can make them some food and get a cake on the 22nd, yeah. So that's Tuesday. And Fiona, like I said, I offered to give you a free question or a message if you want for your birthday as a gift from me. So it's up to you if you want it. If you don't want it, you can tell me go away. Or you can tell me no thanks. But when everybody's birthday comes up, I give them a free question or a message or something. Or whatever they feel like they need. And if you don't want it, it's cool. But if you do, let me know. I know you won't. I'm glad you like me. I'd rather be liked than hated. Yeah, it's already like 5 o'clock in the morning her time the next day. So she's gonna be celebrating her birthday and then, you know. I guess I can do that for you. Yep, it is Monday morning. Did you know your father when he was on Earth? Did you know him like very well or no? Hey Matt, how you doing, bro? I'm wondering why you got this card. Ah, no wonder. No wonder I got this card. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. Stay inside, Matt. Those people are crazy. All right, this says, while living on the earth, if I had realized just how creative and powerful any my thoughts were and their effect on another person, I would have been so much more aware of what I put out. Of course, I have regrets, but now I also realize that there were merely opportunities to grow. We never stop learning here on or on earth. My deepest wish is that from my words you learn to treat another person as you would treat yourself. Let's go Let go of the old earthly patterns of judgment and fear and make an effort to bring love to everything and everyone who walks upon your path. That way, when you come here, you'll have no room for regrets, I promise. So maybe he feels like because he was a mystery to you guys, now that he knows how you all feel and how what he did was wrong and regrets it, he probably wishes that he wants you to know that he wishes that he did know you more and did make the right decisions back then. Because like I'm getting like his voice, I can hear his voice, but I'm just trying to make out what he's trying to say. Hmm. Like he thinks that you if he were to show himself to you guys, that you guys will probably not even give a shit about him because of what you've been told about him. So he says, I would rather not disappoint them and just stay my distance. That's what he wants you to know. So maybe like someone like said bad things about him to make you not want to like deal with him or think that he's any type of person that he is or isn't. But like, let me get another message from him. Hold on a second. All right. So I got this card. It's called a postcard from Spirit. And on the bottom, it says, with love. So this says, hold on a sec. Shit, I knew that was going to happen. All right, this says, dear you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. You're not heard, or even that you don't count. He just pretty much said that. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you what abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected. So better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for you for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and will always be connected to the light and the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever, Spirit. So there you go. So if you end up in a state of mind where you think that you don't count or you are someone that's not important, and that's how he felt at one point, and he doesn't want you to feel that way. He doesn't want you to feel like you're irrelevant. He doesn't want you to feel like you ain't nobody. Because at the end of the day, the people that are in spirit will always find a way to reverse the rejection that you feel and make it into protection and give you the right thing for you to do in your life. So that's your message from your father, which is a good one. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's riots all over the damn world, and riots are pointless, to be honest. It just shows how stupid people are and when people ain't got no time. Yep. Well, that's pretty much what he said and pretty much what I read. And I rhymed. That's pretty much it, you know? Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing. People in spirit, people, when they cross over into spirit world, they're sitting there and they're knowing what they've done wrong, what they've done, because God will put them in their place and say, hey, look, I'll keep you here in the spirit realm, but you need to reflect on the things that you've done. Look at all the shit that, you know, that's happened here. If you want to do something about it, you still can. I believe God gives you free will and spirit too to make sure to make things better. Yep, dumb people riot, that's for sure. That's why I don't find any point in rioting. You just look like an idiot breaking shit and throwing shit. Hey, what's the point of that? Just stay the fuck inside and shut up. And let the police and the government handle it. And if you're not happy where you live, then go somewhere else. And no matter where you go, there's always going to be stupid ass people. There's always going to be problems. Nothing's going to be perfect. And that's why I tell people, you don't like where you live? Go somewhere else and see if it's better. Then you'll come back crying after a month or two and say, oh shit, I knew where I was and I don't want to go nowhere else. I made a mistake. Yeah, you think, dumbass? You think everywhere you go in the world is perfect? You better wake up. There ain't nowhere perfect. You can make wherever you are a perfect living by staying out of trouble and doing what you got to do, you know? But that's what people do. They're mad at what's going on in their country. So if you're mad, go somewhere else then. See what life is like somewhere else. I'll give you a one-way ticket to Israel or Gaza or Palestine. You can go over there for a while and see what life is like. You'll come crying back. Within a couple of days, you'll cry. I'll send you to India in the busy streets so you can dodge getting run over. How about that? You want that? Okay. I'll send you the money for your ticket. Then you can come crying back on your own accord. Pretty much. Bermuda has a lot of problems too where I live, but I'm not going to move out of Bermuda because of problems. Everywhere you go is a problem, you know? Right. They just riot just to be idiots. You know why they riot? So that way they can rob some place. All the people that riot ain't got no job anyway. They just want to do some dumbass shit and go rob a ice store or, a store with shoes and clothes so they can get free shit and mask up their face like a bunch of idiots. Oh yeah, yeah. I saw a video of this guy, this YouTuber. He was in India and he was there for 4 days and he left. He said it was one of the worst places he's ever been in his life. He was walking through the street and it was like mayhem. It was like a bunch of ants trying to go everywhere. People beeping, fucking each other off, bikes, cars, everything was like compact. I don't know where he was, but I was like, oh hell no. He says he had a headache from living there because all it was a bunch of noise and a bunch of idiots everywhere. I'm sure there's great places in India, but the part he showed on the channel, I was like, oh hell no, I make sure I'll never go there. It must have been in the city or something like that. But I know a few people from India, and they're nothing wrong. I like them. They're fine with me. I don't have nothing against nobody really or any country. I just wouldn't go to certain places that people show you online that you're not supposed to go to because you don't want to witness that shit. You're like, hell no. Yeah, exactly. Because they'll eventually find them. Yeah, because robbing them, and they just gonna go to jail like a bunch of idiots that they are. It was just like the riots in I think in LA or wherever the last riot was in the States. You saw the people like kick down the glass doors and go into an ice store and completely rob everything. And I'm like, so this is what you're rioting for? So if you're rioting and you steal shit, what does that? It makes you look like an idiot. Like what the hell are you doing? You don't make no sense. And burning down shit, people are fucking dumb. But you know what? I don't care about these damn people. They're fucking annoying. In Bermuda, we don't have that shit. In Bermuda, ain't no rioting going on. In Bermuda, people are humble. We don't give a shit about all that bullshit. We don't let other people's countries affect us. People want to be like that, but in Bermuda, it's a lot. You can't really do what you want. There's nowhere to run unless you got a submarine. The only way you're getting away with anything if you got a submarine and you go deep down into the ocean and you go somewhere and then nobody would know where you are. Cause ain't nobody getting running away from here. You can't drive to another state in Bermuda. There's only one way in and one way out, and that's by plane or boat or a submarine. So you do dumb shit here, you're gonna get caught. It's inevitable. And there's cameras everywhere. You can't even do anything without getting caught. Love and Life, he said, just put up a little pool for all the neighborhood kids. Oh, nice. That's nice of you, Love and Life. I'm sure they appreciate it. Northern Cali. See, Cali is another place that's full of crazy ass people, stupid people rioting, dumbass fucking people doing dumbass shit, listening to Newsom, that nuisance. California is one of the most beautiful places on earth, and people are just ruining it every day, fucking up the place. Everything's bullshit. I have so many friends from California that come in here, and they're doing okay because they live in certain places. And I have family out there too. But there's a lot of people who don't give a shit, and they just do dumbass shit, and they just, ruin everything. People are protesting because they're getting paid to protest. People are getting paid to protest because when Donnie Trump does things, the world goes crazy. Yeah. Whatever Donald Trump does is like a crime. Every time that man does something, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we you can't do this," even if it's the best thing to do in the world. You can't do that. What I want to ask everybody in the United States is before Donald Trump was in power and you had Obama and you had Biden and all these jackasses, Clinton, was America great? Was America so great that you wanted to live there and wake up every day and your country was the best thing in the world? Obviously fucking not. Well, guess what, America? So is the rest of the damn world. Get over it. You think Bermuda's a fucking perfect place? You think Africa's a perfect place? You think Europe is a perfect place? We all got problems, idiots. The fuck you talking about? No government is really 100% good. No government is going to be perfect. No politicians even perfect. You people got to get over the fact that the government is here to take your shit and do nothing for you. It's always going to be that way. And if they do something for you, they're going to take away something you like and give you something you don't like, and vice versa. There's never going to be a perfect government or a perfect country to live in. People got to understand, like, this shit is the way it's going to be. As long as my advice to everyone in this world, no matter where you are, is get a place to live comfortably, don't live amongst your means. Whatever you make, you do what you got to do, right? Go to work, shut your mouth, do what you got to do, pay your bills so the government don't have nothing on you. If you pay your bills and you go to work and you do your job, right? And you pay your taxes, you pay your bills, you pay your electricity, you go get your groceries, and you go home and shut your mouth and do what you got to do and keep doing it every day and live your life happy, then you shouldn't have a problem with any government, because the government ain't going to bother you if you're doing everything legit. If you live legit, your life will be legit. If you live a life of bullshit and doing illegal shit and doing dumbass shit and not paying your bills, then you're going to have a fucking problem. It's life. You know? No, she can't get deported because she's been in the U.S. for years, and plus she's married to an American. That's why she ain't gonna get deported. And even if she did, she'd probably be happy to get out of that fucking hellhole anyway and go back to wherever she came from. It's probably better where she's living, where she's gonna go. This whole thing about people getting deported, people have to understand that the people that they are deporting are people who are bad. Why would you want bad immigrants and illegal immigrants in your country that are doing crime and doing bad shit? You know? It's just like Bermuda. You come here on a work contract, you're a foreigner. You have a contract for 1 year or 2 years. After 2 years, they can say, "Hey, right? You've been here for 2 years, right? Now we don't need you here no more. You got to go back to your country. If you want to come back, you got to reapply." Now, if that person's here doing dumb shit, they're going to get deported. If they come here, they work, they make their money, then they're perfectly fine. They're not going to get in trouble, right? So this is what the point is. I don't know where these people get these stupid ass things where they're deporting regular people. They're not deporting nobody that ain't legit. You think they're gonna deport a person that's legally living in your country? Like, are you really listening to yourself? They're deporting assholes. They're deporting people who disrespected your country. They're deporting illegal immigrants. They're not deporting people that have been here for like 20 years and got their status and got their papers. You idiots. Oh, boy. Yeah. You know, live respectfully, be kind, peaceful, and be a law-abiding citizen. Then you won't have no problems. You'll be like me. Simple. You're waiting for Prince Harry to get deported? I don't know. Like I said, Prince Harry, he ain't doing nothing illegal, I'm sure. I mean, because he's a saint, right? Yeah, Trump will sort him out. He was a druggie. I don't know what he did, but whatever. It doesn't. I don't really believe in princes and kings and queens and all that bullshit. That's all like a big hoax and a part of somebody's, heritage. That's a UK thing. That's a British thing. Bermuda is a British colony. So all my money, there's the queen, and I happen to have my money right here. See that right there on the bottom where my fingernail is? That's Queen Elizabeth. See, that's Bermuda money right there. So the queen is dead and gone. Long live our soul. And let God deal with her. But all this prince and queen and kings and all this bullshit, I don't believe in none of that stuff. The only king is Jesus, and that's it. That's my king. And I know King fucking Charles or William or all that fucking idiots. They ain't my king. Fuck them. Hey Shania, how you doing? No. A lot of people here don't give a shit about them like that. Because the thing is people here don't let me put it this way. People here don't worship the queen or care about her like that. Now there's some people here that did mourn her death and did a little thing, for her or whatever, but I didn't, because I don't believe in them. That's not my country, and it's not my that's not my thing to be worshiping somebody who has self-proclaimed royalty. So I ain't dealing with no self-proclaimed royalty. But to all the people, I know people in England that could care less. So it all depends on who really likes her and who doesn't, right? So that's pretty much it. Love and life, you said, dude, I keep losing your life. No, I don't. I haven't even. I can't kick. I don't kick people out. If I kick you out, then you're gone. But they won't be able to come back. But why would I do that to you? I'm here. I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's pointless. It's pointless. You're not supposed to worship fake royalty, but people can do whatever they want. Love and life, you can see me and hear me? You said, where am I? Yeah, I got no time for that royalty bullshit. In Bermuda, we have we don't even have a president. We have a premier, and he's younger than me. And I feel like he's done an okay job. He hasn't done a bad job. He hasn't done a good job, but he's done an okay job. He's been there for like years. So Bermuda's still here. We're doing okay. The prices of people got to also understand the prices of groceries are to do with the containers that bring them here, like the ships, the air, the price of fuel. We all get fucked through that. It's nothing to do with like the government sometimes. It's to do with the people getting their money. That's what it's all about. Because some places things go on sale, things go on special. Why? Because they got a bargain for it, and the container prices wasn't probably that much, or they made their money off of it, the percentage. But here in Bermuda, that's how it is. I don't know how it is anywhere else, but people complain about the prices. But the reason you complain about the prices is because you're a broke ass idiot that doesn't want to work. If you got money, then you ain't gonna complain. If you're living your life the way you're supposed to, you shouldn't complain anyway. Yeah, exactly. I love loving life is my friend. I never kick her up. Yep, that's my premier, David Burt. Yeah, he's 46. He's younger than me. Yeah, he's been a good premier. He's to me, he hasn't done anything bad, like severely bad, where you want to get rid of him or something. I'm sure he's corrupt in some way or whatever, but he don't bother me. See, I could care less. Even if I saw him on the street, I could care less about going up to him and taking a selfie with him or shaking his hand. Fuck him. He ain't none of my company. He just runs Bermuda and I could care less. You know? Like I said, I don't care about governments and people in power. I don't care about them. I'm nobody to them. So I don't matter to them. All I do is pay my shit and that's it. I pay my bills every month. And that's all that matters. Yeah, he's very much in the streets. He goes public. He don't care. He ain't scared. Nobody here are really gonna go after him and beat him up or anything like that. Nobody does that type of shit here. You can't get away with that shit. And if you touch him, you're definitely going to jail. You're gonna get probably beaten. You're probably gonna not live. That's for sure. But we have like holidays and stuff, and he'll be out mingling with people, going up to people, shaking their hands. He ain't got no bodyguards or nothing. He'll be just mingling. Him and his family, his kids, his wife. Here in Bermuda, we don't need like all that type of bullshit protection. You know. Yeah, he walks around with his family. He has security, but they'll be around making sure that he's okay. But he doesn't really. He don't really need all that because here in Bermuda we don't have that shit. Yeah, it's not. We're not that type of people. Ain't nobody gonna beat him up in the streets and all that. Ain't nobody cares about that shit. Yeah, he's not Donald Trump. He wouldn't even be able to tie his shoes. Shit. People got to realize Bermuda is just a rock in the middle of the ocean. We're a small ass island with 60,000 people. Everybody pretty much knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and we're all linked back to you. We all know each other. Like a lot of people know each other here. We see each other like all the time. It's a very, very small place, so you can't really get away with no bullshit. And the premier, he's just the type of person that he speaks to everybody. He's cool. Well, if you think so, yeah. I have a nickname for him, but I can't say it on here. I'll get in trouble. But yeah. I don't have nothing against him because he helped the small business community. So because he helped me, I like him. I wouldn't vote for him, but I like him. I don't hate him. I think he's done a good job, like I said. Because what he done for me and a lot of small business was the best thing he could have ever done. And for payroll tax, so every 3 months, a business owner has to pay payroll tax. So during COVID, he dropped the payroll tax by half the percentage you have to pay on your payroll tax. And then when he actually became in power for a couple years, he said that for all small businesses that do not make $50,000 in 3 months during the 3 month periods of payroll tax will pay 0.05 of tax. And that is nothing. Because I don't make 50 grand in three months. So he put it to a point where the small businesses like me will not have to pay more than $100 for 3 months for payroll tax. If they make 10 grand, if they make 20 grand, you're not paying 0.5% of that is nothing. Whereas before it used to be 9.5%. So you'll get fucked. So he pretty much, since the time he's been in power till now, he's dropped it to pretty much nothing. So people like me who don't make 50 grand in 3 months, right? You're only going to pay like 20, 40, 60 bucks, depending on how much money you make in 3 months. So even if you don't make that much money in 3 months, right? You only pay a couple dollars. So he made it where it's affordable to have a business and not pay for payroll tax. So if you have a couple employees, you're not going to pay a whole pile of money. So he put it up to like 50 grand for 3 months because he knows people that have small businesses ain't going to make 50 grand in 3 months. That shit's impossible. You got to make like an outright $50,000 profit with paying your employees and yourself and materials and all the shit. So he knows that's not, a thing for people here. They're not going to make that type of money. So, but if you do, you're still going to pay a 0.5% of that. So he made life easier for me and for a lot of small businesses to survive. So I greatly appreciate him for that. And he made the social insurance separate from pension and like insurance. He made it to where as if you're on your own, there's a law where you don't have to pay for your personal insurance if you don't want to, if you can't afford it, but you could still have your business. He also made it to where you pay your social insurance pension and it's an average of $300 a month. And then when you retire at 65, right, you're going to get triple or quadruple that money every month. See what I mean? So he's made it to where you're going to benefit if you make it to 65, and you're going to benefit if you're a business owner. Because if you're a business owner like myself, you're going to get paid when you're 65. You don't have to wait till you're 70, because he's trying to change the law now for people who don't have their businesses, that they're going to have to wait till 70 to get their pension, which is fucked up, but it benefits me. I don't care. Not my problem. And a personal pension is optional. He's made things optional so you can survive. So that's one thing I can honestly say I like him for, and I will, praise him for. He made my life easier. So if he made my life easier, he's a good premier. And he made not only my life easier, he made every small business owner's life easier. So that way we can survive and not have to worry about paying a whole pile of shit, pile of bullshit taxes and bullshit pensions and insurance and all that shit. You're not obligated. And he also made a law where you don't have to be certified to do a certain job. So people like me who didn't graduate, don't have a diploma, and don't have any certificate of education or certification to do what I do, I can still work and do what I want. I can still work and make money without the certification. He makes it up to the client to choose you. So he didn't make those things a law. The government, the people tried to make it a law, because people were getting robbed and people were getting fucked over by people who claim they're electricians and plumbers and carpenters and all that shit. But the law didn't pass because people were against it. Because how are you going to tell a person my age they have to go back to school to learn electrical or get a diploma in electrical or get a diploma period, or get a certification in electrical that you already know? It don't make no sense. Leave it up to the client to make the decision. You want somebody that's certified or you want somebody uncertified? So that's pretty much what it's like right now, which benefits everybody. So yeah, that's why I like him, and that's why I have nothing against him, because he made life better for a lot of Bermudians. What the heck is SG? I tell you, Bermuda is one of the smallest places on earth. Yeah. People think I'm joking. Oh, Singapore, yeah. Singapore is way bigger. Hell yeah. I tell you, Bermuda is one of the most smallest places on earth. Smallest, one of the smallest islands. But I wouldn't trade it for anywhere. I would not trade Bermuda for nowhere. I love Bermuda. I love my country. I love where I am. I love my life. I love living here. Anything I hate is hurricanes. That's it. That's the only thing I hate about Bermuda is hurricanes. Otherwise, that is it's nice living here. The only thing I don't like as well is everybody knows everybody's business, and it's kind of annoying. And everybody wants to know everybody, and I don't like that. But where I live now is nice, and I love living here. Yeah, there's no trains here. There's no train at all. All there is buses and taxis. No trains. There used to be a train here many, 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 many years ago, but I never saw it. It was before my time. We still got railway tracks. You could see the pylons that the tracks were on. But yeah, Bermuda, you can go from one end to the island within an hour, depending on traffic and how you go. But I can start on the very dead end of one side and go to the other side dead end within 1 hour. It's that simple. Like 2 o'clock in the morning when there's no traffic on the road, you can go from one side to the next doing the speed limit and still get there in an hour. I guarantee it. I've done it on a bike. And it was like maybe 58, 59 minutes. But I was speeding a little bit more, but some places, you can speed a little more. It was like almost an hour pretty much. Yeah, Bermuda's waters are very beautiful. Bermuda's a beautiful place, period. We got some of the best beaches, best water. We got a lot of things that are the best. Bermuda's a beautiful place. Like I said, I wouldn't trade it for anything. My island in the sun. Bermuda is also one of the smallest places in the world, but also one of the most richest places in the world. Bermuda has a lot of value. Bermuda has a lot of rich ass people. And right now, the construction world is blooming. A lot of the old buildings are being torn down to put up new buildings. A lot of old shit's being teared down and put up new. A lot of people are renovating. A lot of people got a lot of money. And a lot of foreigners are buying property here too. There's a lot of people here that have like long-term residency, and a lot of people have left Bermuda too because they can't live here. They don't like living here. But do they have like there's a lot of people from other countries living here now and buying homes. Yep, they do. Yeah. Mhm. When you say agricultural design, you mean like do they have land where they don't build on or something like that? That's what you mean? You can talk English. But they do. You can't just build anywhere or do anything shit like. Yeah, literally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course they do, yeah. All the houses are the same. all the construction of the buildings are, they get this the same designs. Yeah, I live pretty much 5 minutes away from the beach, and I can see the water right outside my window. If you look outside this window right here, right? If you look outside that window, you will see the water, but you can't see it now because it's all like that. But you can see the water's right there. I've already took everybody outside before. Yeah, here we have the same thing. Yeah, it's the same, Lucky. I know what you mean now. Yeah, don't be jealous. Just visit. To me, it's normal. Seeing what I see water every time you drive somewhere, you're gonna see water. There's nowhere we're surrounded by water, so every time you drive your car or your bike or you walk somewhere, you're gonna see the ocean. It's guaranteed. There's nowhere where you can't see the ocean. It's right there. You just have to buy certain things. You gotta buy certain things to make sure shit don't get fucked up by the salt water. Yep. Every 2 years, the house and the roofs get painted. Because when we have a hurricane, it destroys the outside of the house. And if you have now, we used to have aluminum shutters and aluminum windows. Now aluminum frame windows. Now we have all PVC and vinyl, so it won't rust. Anything that's outside that's metal will deteriorate within a hurricane's time here. If we get a hurricane, everything goes to shit. The salt's literally stuck to the walls, the roof. It'll go in your tank. It'll fuck everything up. The hurricane is the worst thing that can happen because everybody has to wash their homes from the salt water. Everybody has to repaint their shit. It's like that's why there's billions of dollars that get spent during a hurricane because everybody's house gets pulverized. But even if we don't have a hurricane for like 2 years, we usually repaint the house within 2 to 3 years. Our roofs have to be painted because our roofs have to be cleaned and painted every 2 to 3 years, so that way we get fresh water through the roof. The roof catches it through a gutter. If you Google or you search on YouTube Bermuda homes and how it works, you'll see what I mean. Like our roofs catch water and it's got a pipe that goes all the way down underneath our houses. So instead of a basement, we have a water tank underneath our house. So if you don't clean your roof, you're going to get shitty ass water. But our water is filtered through the pipes, and through a filter system, obviously, so we can drink it and bathe in it and wash our clothes in it. Yep. Every Bermuda house is like that. Some people have a well pump, a well water pump, and they have well water, but you can drink it, but you'll probably not like it. And some people have both. They have a well water pump and they have a fresh water pump, freshwater system. Some people have both. So if your tank is running low, you have to buy well water, or you just put the well water into your pump, or you switch the system. But here at this house, we don't have well pump because we're up too high to get into like any type of drilling area where we can get a well. We don't want a well anyway. But our roof is so big and it has so many outlets going into the tank that when it rains hard, our tank gets full real quick because our roof is big and we have a lot of pipes going into the from the roof to the tank. So we have a full tank right now because of the rain. So when it rains, it's like liquid gold in Bermuda because it goes all in your tank and it gives you water to do whatever you want. with it. You don't have to drink it, but you can drink it. Yeah, we don't have nothing like that here. Yep. Yeah, right, Fiona. That's what it is. Yep. You have to do it. I've built I've built a whole house from start to finish. I know how to do the whole thing. I know how to build a whole Bermuda home from start to finish because that's what I used to do for a living. Now I just maintain the homes. I don't build them anymore. But I've built a few. I can drive you all over Bermuda, right? And show you the houses that I've worked in, built, and done. And so can everybody else that lives here. Yep, that's why I would not want to live there. If we get bombed, I'm going inside the water tank. I'm good. But yeah, that's how it is here. It's a way of life. It's cool though. I love living here. So the more it rains here, the more water we have. Oh, and that's why I always tell everybody if you complain where you live, try living in Israel. That was one of the first places I said because I know I watch the news and I see what people go through. That's why I'm not complaining where I am. We don't get bombed or fucked with. Nobody cares about us. We're just a little island in the fucking ocean. We ain't doing nothing to nobody. We don't have wars with nobody. We don't even have an army here anymore. We just have like a regiment that's small, maybe 100, 200 people, just in case to help, and that's it. Our police force isn't even that big. Yep. So, yeah. That's why I don't complain where I live. I'd rather be here than be there. Hell no. No, no. No, no. But, you know, it's it's life. A lot of people come here to live a better life, but then when they get here, they're like, "Oh hell no." We do, but it's very small. When I was in the military, when I was serving the army years ago, it was a lot bigger back then than it is now. It was more important back then than it is now. Now it's not mandatory. Back in my day, it was mandatory to go to the army. We don't have a military. We have a regiment, which is just a bunch of people that get called in when something bad happens, like a hurricane, just to go out there and help and stuff. It's all voluntary now, so there's not that many people. But before it used to be mandatory. So when I went to the army back in the day, when I was 18, 19, 20, those 3 years, yeah, I served in the military for 3 years. It was mandatory for me to serve. Yeah. So when I was 18, I got my Bermuda status papers to say I'm an official Bermudian, and they gave me my army papers as well. So I went to the army. Yeah. My first year was a lot of bullshit. Uh, and then the second and third year, I worked in the military transport department, which is me driving vehicles, fixing them, and carting people around, troops around all over the place, shit like that. I drove my second and third year. I really didn't do any gun shit or anything like that because I refused to do that type of shit. So because I had a lot of licenses, because when you go 18, you can get like certain licenses. So I had like a stick shift license, a van license, truck license. So I drove all the vehicles. Yeah, you're required to serve 3 years. Yep. hmm Yep. It's not every day, but you got to go there uh, twice a week. Sometimes you got to go weekends or the whole weekend from Friday to Sunday, and you have to go on Wednesdays. So you go like Wednesday, Friday, then you go Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday sometimes, and then you go in January. You have a 2 week embodiment, so you have to be there for a whole 2 weeks straight. And then like in summertime, you have another 2 week period where you have to be there. You have to be there for 2 weeks. Then at the end, towards the end of the year, like November, before we get discharged for Christmas, uh, there's like a whole month where we don't go because of Christmas and shit. But it was a 3 year period where we had to do the same shit every year. It was the most annoying 3 years of my life. I never wanted to be there. I never cared to be there. I hated it there. But my last year, I had a lot of fun because I was in the military transport department, which was a really nice place to be because you didn't really do no bullshit. You just drove around and cleaned the vehicles. And like my last year was probably my most peaceful year. I met a lot of good people there and a lot of bad people. But all the good ones I still speak to today. Some of the bad ones I've, talked to and got over what happened and what things what were said and done and whatever. But that's all good. But my last year I enjoyed it. Yeah. The reason it's not mandatory here because they had a vote and people voted for it not to be mandatory. Nothing should be mandatory, really. You should have free will like God gave you. I think mandatory things are bullshit. That's not a way of life. If God gave you free will, then so should you have to not go to the military. That's some bullshit. What people did here in Bermuda, they would go to college, and then when they came back, they still would have to serve in the army. But then people try to get away from it or get discharged. The only way you wasn't going to the army is if you was missing body parts, you had asthma, or you had some type of disease or a dysfunction. They would discharge you. The doctors would say, okay, yeah, you're fucked up. You can't come here. We don't want to be responsible for your death. So my brother, he never went to the army because he had asthma and bronchitis really bad. So he got discharged. He didn't have to go. But me, I was healthy. And my doctor said, Mark, I can't discharge you, buddy. The army will be good for you. You'll love it. And I'm like, you fucking bastard. I don't want to go to the army. He's like, no, it's good for you. You'll go. You're healthy. I can't discharge you. Nothing's wrong with you. You're healthy. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Fuck you. So I saw a lot of grown men cry. I saw a lot of grown men cry for their mamas. I saw a lot of rich boys get demolished in the army and cry like little bitches and leave. I want my mama. Mom, these guys are talking shit to me, man. Lot of wimps in the army back in my day too. There are a lot of idiots out there. I can handle it. I didn't cry at all. I was just like, yeah, it'll be over soon. It'll be fine. Whatever. But I remember one of the most craziest things I saw in the army was this guy. He wasn't like he was healthy, but he wasn't really. He was going through a lot of bad shit because his parents were getting a divorce. So one day he was like, "Hey Mark, I can't be here no more, man. This place is driving me crazy. I hate being told what to do by somebody my age. I'm ready to fuck these guys up." I'm like, "What happened, bro?" Because yeah, my parents are getting a divorce. Man, this is bullshit. I don't want to be here. I want to go to work. Listen, man, I'm gonna grab this gun and I'm gonna start firing the shit out of this gun all in the air. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. I'm just gonna fire it up in the air and let off all the rounds. And I'm gonna see if I can get out of here because of that. They're gonna say I'm crazy. You think it'll work? I said, no, man, don't do that dumb shit because they might shoot you. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting out of here. And I said, no, bro, don't do that shit, man. Honest to God, the next day, that's what he did. We were all like at the firing range with live rounds and we had to like shoot at a target, right? It's not my cup of tea, but I was like, whatever. I was there shooting. Next thing I hear is pop, 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 pop. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So we had like two driving ranges, right? And I said, oh, don't tell me that's that fucking idiot. Yep, it was. All you hear is, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Get down now. So he put the gun down, he put his hands down, he went on the ground. I didn't see it, but I heard all about it. They took him, they discharged him, and they locked him up. And then the next day he was gone. They was like, get the fuck out of here. And he was under like surveillance. He went like they tried to put him in a nut house, but he said that he couldn't take it because his parents were getting a divorce and all that. So he pleaded like, some bullshit or whatever you call it. I can't remember. So anyway, he got discharged for it. He only did like a week in the army and that's it. He was gone. And then one other story I'll tell you before I go. There was this guy, he was like 30 years old and he wasn't even supposed to be in the army. But they kept saying that he was healthy and he was fine, and they'll find somewhere to put him. So when he would march with like a limp, right? And people were like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He must be like got blisters or something. So people were making fun of him. So then one day he was in like my section and I was like, what's up, bro? You good? He's like, no, I'm not good. I shouldn't be here. I tried to tell these guys that one of my legs is shorter than the other. And I'm like, what? I said, oh, that's why you got a limp? I said, well, you shouldn't be here. He goes, well, that's what I'm trying to get out of here because they think I'm bullshit. And I said, well, didn't your doctor write a note? He goes, yeah, but they still said that they'll find a place for me. And I was like, well, you shouldn't be marching because you're gonna look out of place with your step. He goes, well, that's what I'm trying to say, man. And I'm like, well, if I were you, I would go to the colonel and talk to him, like ask to speak to him. So next thing you know, this guy goes to the colonel, speaks to the colonel. About 3 days later, he was like, bye guys, I'm out of here, man. Nice knowing you guys. I never saw the guy ever again. He got off because one leg was shorter than the other, and they said that it don't make sense him being there because he's got a disability. And I'm like, you didn't tell this guy before he came that was the fucking case? Like you thought this guy was bullshit? So they got him checked by the military doctor, and the military doctor said it was true. So he got out too. And we were all like trying to find a way to get out of there. But till today, I still have bad memories and good memories of the army. But I would say there's more good memories because the first year and the second year was kind of but the third year kind of made up for it because I met like so much cool guys and and I had so many good times towards the end. And I did less and less and less when I was there. The first 2 years, I did a lot of shit where I hated it. But the last year, I hardly did anything. All I did was drive around, help people, and wash the vehicles, work on the vehicles, change the tires. Dude, I used to be a mechanic back then. So the guy said nobody else is a mechanic in the field in the army right now, so I need you. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So my last year, I got off nice. It was a good last year. And I'll never forget the day that I got my discharge papers. I was like, yes, fuck you, I'm out of here. No, that's one thing I never got to do because I was in the military transport department. They did not need me to go away. They went to North Carolina and to Jamaica to do certain courses, but the military transport department didn't go because we had to be there to drive people and to do other things while the other ones were away. So they told me, you can't go away. You have to be here. So I was like, I don't care. Fuck those trips. I don't need to go nowhere. I ain't going away with a bunch of nutsacks. No thanks. I'll stay here. I was like, okay, cool. We got a lot of work for you to do. I said, cool. So when they went away for 2 weeks, I stayed in Bermuda for 2 weeks and worked on the vehicles while they were away. So when the vehicles weren't being used, I got to tune them up and clean them and make sure they were all ready to go. See, I never got to travel because of where I was, what department I was in. So it's all good. I would rather have it that way anyway. So yeah, that's my life in the army. Yeah, it was a military base. Yep. We have dorms and all that shit, bunks and all that, bunk beds and all that bullshit. Yeah. We had two military bases here. Now we only have one. We actually had three, to be honest. We had a Canadian base, an American base, and a Bermudian base. But now we just have the Bermuda one. The other ones are gone. The Canadians and the Americans left our base because the people from the UK got them out of there. They didn't want them there anymore. Hey Dan, how's it going, brother? The food was good. Yeah, it was good. I didn't have too much complaints about the food. And when it was food I didn't like, I just ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's all. Yeah, I just said that earlier. I said I met a lot of good people there, and I still talk to them. Yeah, yeah. So the other day I saw one of my sergeants. He's actually a security guard at this tool place, and he recognized me one time. He goes, "Hey, man, you all right?" I said, "Hey, what's up, Sarge? You good?" "Oh, don't call me that shit." I said, "What's up, Sarge?" And he was like, "Don't call me that." Hey, he wasn't pissed. He was just like, trying to make me laugh, right? It's out of respect. I call him Sergeant, right? But he's like, "No, man, my name is Dion." I said, "All right, Dion, my bad, bro." He says, "Weren't you the guy that always drove around in the vans and the trucks?" I say, "Yeah, that was me." It was called Land Cruisers, Toyota Land Cruisers we had. Now they're all different now. The food that we had, see, we were in Mike, the company that I was a part of was called the support company. So the support company got better food than the troops. Like the troops got bullshit food, but we got like, good shit. We had fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn and shit, cereal and pancakes in the morning and all that. We had good food. We had different food from the troops. And we can go order a pizza if we wanted to. We didn't have to even eat their food. So yeah, I'm 49. I mean 48. I mean, so yeah, 30 years ago is when I was enrolled in the army. Yeah, 30 years ago. Yep, already. Yep, I was 18 when I went in, and I got out when I was 20, 21 almost. Oh, the food wasn't shitty. It was still good because I was a troop in my first year. I got shitty ass food too. But my second and third year, I got better food. And back then, when we went to the naval base, which was like about 20 minutes away from where we was when we did our exercises, they had a McDonald's there. But it was slowly going down the tubes, like they were getting rid of it. But we had a McDonald's here on the naval base. Somebody was talking about it on their podcast the other day, a Bermudian person. They were like, yes, everybody, we had a McDonald's here. And every Wednesday they made it open to the public. And we all used to go down there and get Big Macs and quarter pounders. That's how they talk, right? And I'm like, look at this dumbass. You're talking about McDonald's and you never even went there. You're not even old enough to know about it, woman. You just heard about it. Talking about you went down there. You ain't even 40, woman. Because that was a long time ago. That was probably like 40 years ago. Nope, we don't have McDonald's. Mm-mm. Bermuda is a place where we have our own franchises. The only American franchise we have in Bermuda is KFC. That's it. There's no other American franchise here. Not even stores. Not even companies, none of that shit. We don't have Kohl's and Macy's and Walmart and Targets. We don't have that shit. We have our own shit. Yeah, we used to have a McDonald's, and the only reason we had McDonald's is because it was a part of the naval base, the American naval base. But when the base got closed down, McDonald's stayed there for a little while, just to because people were complaining if they left. So then the McDonald's had to get shut down because Bermuda didn't want these franchises here. Because if we had McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and Arby's and Taco Bell, nobody would go to the Bermuda franchises. I wouldn't say nobody, but hardly anybody would go there because they like that food better. But to me, I don't like none of those places. I don't eat at McDonald's and all that shit. I rather eat Bermuda food. Like, our franchises are really good. We have the best fish sandwiches here. We have lots of burger places here. But we don't have those franchise. I didn't even go to KFC. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to KFC. Probably last year or a year or 2 years ago, I went to KFC. And I got like nuggets and fries. And I gave some of it to my nephew because he wanted it. But my brother and his kids, they go KFC every week. But not Marky. Hell no. No. I don't really eat takeout like that. I make my own food. But American, even when I go to Boston, I don't really eat McDonald's like that. When I go to Boston, I go to the mall and I go to one of those like Panda Expresses or those Asian places, and I go get like a plate. I tell them, get me a firm plate, and they put, okay, what do you want, sir? I said, look, I want some mushrooms, some shrimp, some rice, put some of that, that gravy or whatever on there, or that sauce, whatever, sweet and sour sauce, whatever I want at the time. I gotta get chicken, vegetables. I get all that Chinese food. That's what I like when I go away. And the place I love the most out there is Chick-fil-A. I'll go to Chick-fil-A a lot of times. I used to call it Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I go to Chick-fil-A when I'm out in the States. I like Wendy's. I like Burger King too, but I'm not really a McDonald's fan. I like the quarter pounders and shit, but I'm not really like a hardcore McDonald's fan. I never have been. My nephew sent me a picture of them going to McDonald's yesterday for dinner. And my sister said, I'm not eating that shit. I'm going Chick-fil-A. And my sister sent me the Chick-fil-A picture of her eating the Chick-fil-A. because they know that I like Chick-fil-A. They know that I don't like McDonald's. I don't really fuck with McDonald's like that. But when I went to Atlanta, when I was in my 20s, I used to go to McDonald's all the time. But I got sick from the food from around there one day and I never wanted to eat it again. And I don't like pickles either. They used to put pickles on the burgers and shit. I hate that shit. I hate pickles. Ugh. I ain't eating that shit. But yeah. Yeah, I like Thai food, Chinese food, all that Asian food, noodles and chicken and chopped up vegetables all in there, shrimp. Oh, that I can eat Chinese food every day. I wish I can go get some right now, actually. But yeah, I need to get off of here anyway and start my dinner. I like egg rolls, vegetable rolls, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I like all those type of places. I like Arby's too. I like Arby's. When I used to go to Atlanta, I used to eat Arby's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's. I love Wendy's. Wendy's is really nice. Wendy's is one of the best burgers I've had and fries. But I like Chick-fil-A's waffle fries. Those are so good, and their chicken nuggets are the fucking best ever. And like I said, I'm not really a KFC fan, but I would eat it if I had nothing else to eat. But I'm not really a Kentucky Fried Chicken fan. I'm not really a fan of fast food anyway. I like to make my own shit. I like to make my own food. If I eat takeout, I'll probably go to a place down the hill here. It's called Pinky's, and it's a Bermuda franchise, and they have really good food. I've never had a bad experience from them. I actually should go there and get dinner tonight, but I don't want to. I have some fish that I'm marinating right now, so I'm gonna go make my fish. I feel like fish tonight, so I'm gonna fry up some fish, and because I don't feel like eating the leftovers from lunch, so I'm gonna eat some fish. It's 7:15 here, so it's dinner time. I'm gonna get off of here. I'll be back later though. You have some pea pods, tofu, shrimp, broccoli, bell peppers, onions. Right now, yeah. See that I can eat all of that. Yesterday I ate that. Yesterday I had for lunch I had noodles, bell pepper, onions, cabbage, broccoli, carrots, all mixed up with chicken. And fuck, it was good. It was delicious. I think tomorrow I'm gonna get takeout from this Chinese place. We have a place here called Chopsticks. They're really good. I haven't been there in like a long time, and I want to go there and get some Chinese food. I love that place. I'm gonna go see if I can go there and get a sweet and sour chicken meal. That's what I like with some fried rice. You know, fried rice. You want chicken fried rice? Okay, Marky, I give it to you, my friend. You want chicken fried rice, sweet sour? You want egg roll, vegetable roll? You look like you want to roll. You roll your ass out of here if you don't pay. Let's go, Marky. Come on, what's your order? You want some? Saki saki? Or funky funky? Or you want me to chop you? Chop chop? Come on, big boy. Come here. You want some food? I do for you. Bitch, give me my plate and hurry up. Don't tell me, bitch. I chop you. Nah, they don't have people like that here. We don't have no Asian places like that here. There ain't no Asians working in the Asian places. They're the ones cooking. We have Asians here who do sushi. You want sushi? You want sushi? Oh, you want cooked sushi or raw sushi? We have salmon, tuna. We have snapper. What you want, Maki? You want sushi or you want me? I used to have an Asian girl that I used to date. She was sexy as hell. She was from Atlanta. Hello, sir. You wanna put salt in your pool? Oh my God, I have some pigs in my farm. I do this for you. Hey, Marquis, you okay, my friend? Okay, sir. I fixed the pool for you. My pool guy is from Filipino. He goes, hello, sir. I put some salt in the pool today and some shock and some chlorine. I make sure it's nice and clean for you. Okay, my friend? I said, all right, bro. Cool. Thanks a lot. Okay, sir. Have a nice day, sir. You too, bro. Then you got the Portuguese people here. Portuguese people speak broken English like my mom and dad. Hey, Mark, I have a problem. What happened? Oh, the TV don't work. I don't know. I press a button and the button don't work. I don't know if it's battery. I don't know if it's this stupid TV. I don't stand this. All right, I'm coming down there now. Okay, thank you. All right, that's enough. Let me go get some. Well, I couldn't see his face because he had it all covered up. But he was laughing though. He laughed very briefly. He's good. I like all cultures of people. We have a lot of Jamaicans here too. I have a lot of Jamaican friends here. They're cool as shit. They make me laugh. My sister works with a Jamaican lady. And there she's always talking shit. It's funny. My sister comes in and tries to do her accent. He goes, Wagwan, Mark. I said, Mark, Wagwan, Mark. You want some plankton? And some curry chicken and rice, oxtail? When I go to the Jamaican store, when I go to the Jamaican restaurant, they say, yo, Mark, you're back. You want beef patty, dumpling? I say, yeah, I want some beef patty, a dumpling, and a fried chicken leg. Okay, yeah, man, me have you. Me got you. I can do all their accents. Battery. All right, guys. I love talking shit with you. I've been on here for 2 hours. My ass is fucking hurting, and I need to get up and walk around. And I'm gonna go do my dinner, and I'm gonna hang out with you guys. I'll be here on till late anyway, because today is Sunday and everybody's away, and Marky's gonna play. So hopefully, our other friend readers will be on live and give me a break, or maybe they're not. But if they do come live, I'll be sure to be in there and talk some shit. But if not, I'll be back on, like maybe like 2 or 3 hours from now. Sundays she usually hangs out with the family. She don't really come in here. Well, she does come on Sundays, but she came in here yesterday while I was washing dishes. I think, yeah, she did, yeah. But yeah, I'll be back later on, dude. I'll probably be back like maybe 3 hours from now, 2 to 3 hours from now. I'm gonna go make my dinner and talk to my nephews online, see how they're making out. They're shopping right now, so I'm surprised they haven't called me yet. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to them, video chat with them for a bit. I did already. I'm gonna make tuna. I have tuna, and I'm gonna make some homemade fries and tuna. That's what I'm having tonight. Fish. I'm gonna go get get what I need, and I'm gonna start making my food. And bang. But I'll be back. That's what I'm making tonight. Fish and chips. No. Like actual pieces of tuna, like tuna steaks. I have 2 tuna steaks, and what I do is I chop it up in cubes. I put flour in it, and I deep fry it for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And it's like little tuna nuggets. And then I fry the French fries first, like homemade fries. I have a French fry cutter, and I put the potato in there. I press down, makes all the French fries come out nice and even. And I'll do the French fries first, and then after that, I'll deep fry the tuna. and I'll make some tartar sauce on the side, and I'll dip it in there and eat it like nuggets. Yeah, tuna nuggets. Yeah, tuna sandwiches are born. I don't really eat bread like that. Like I don't really eat a lot of bread, but yeah, I'm gonna make tuna nuggets and homemade fries. That's my dinner tonight. If I remember, I'll take a picture. All right. I'll be back in a couple hours. You guys have a good weekend if I don't see you. No, regular fries. I love sweet potato fries, though. I love sweet potato, but I'm making regular Bermuda potatoes, fresh from the garden, organic. Bye.